thinking about getting an entirely new electronic box with all of the newest hardware? Are you thinking about wanting to upgrade your outdated parts so you have enough processing power to play your Stardew Valleys and watch TikToks? Well, this is probably the best time with the current motherboard's AM5 chipset to support AMD's current 9000 CPUs. There's also Intel too, but who really gives a fuck about Intel? New GPUs with NVIDIA's 5000 series, AMD's 7000 and 9000 series. DDR5 RAM more widely available and now the norm since 2024. What else to expect?
Well, hell yeah, sign me up.
I feel like something should be happening right now.
Remember the days when graphics cards were the only thing hell expensive? Those were the days, So computers, let's talk about that. Now, for me, during the last couple months dealing with IRL things, work, and trying not to be lazy and find time for literally anything else, I realized, hey, I believe it is time to invest in more technological bullshit. Which, in this case, was a new PC. For slight context, I had my last one for more than 5 years, which I was told is usually a good average time for when to upgrade, and I figured, yeah, why not? Most of my current parts at the time, I kid you not, were already pretty outdated, mainly my motherboard and CPU. Now, the CPU I had at the time was an AMD Ryzen 9 5900X, which would be a recent Zen 3 processor at the time, a point to where the previous motherboard I had was a B550, which was able to handle that after a BIOS update. So I thought I would be good for a bit, upgrade to the newest CPU. I thought I was just straight chilling. Until I realized a couple months later, almost a good portion of my current parts was already outdated. I generally thought I was going to save a bit of money when I decided to get new parts for my build, until I realized that not only do I need a completely new CPU, but a motherboard that was compatible with it. And to make matters worse, new RAM, because them bitches upgraded to DDR5, and by this point a majority of all the new motherboards could only take DDR5s. That and DDR5 basically became the new norm since 2024, which initially became a huge deal because my B550 I bought it in 2020. I was like, okay, you know what, no harm, no foul, I'll just be spending a bit more money than I realized. I mean, come on, like, what's the worst that could happen, right? Right now at this point, this was probably the best time to start looking at new parts, because at this point in time, it was the holidays, which equals to Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals. And from this, in terms of hardware, Nvidia was refreshing and refurbishing their last gen of GPUs, while in tandem this year releasing their new gen, the RTX 50 series, and AMD with the 9000 series. By the time I pretty much got my list and capabilities seemed in order, and things were looking pretty good because it was still also within my budgeting, basically costing around the same as my last PC build. So I was up and ready to start grabbing my parts, and everything was good. Everything was going perfectly. If only. By the time I started getting my parts, which was early December, I didn't realize that I was on a time limit to grab my stuff because RAM all of a sudden started going up in price. RAM is usually always affordable, and the only time where they start fondling the wallet without my consent is usually when you have to buy 2 sets. Even regarding the last set of RAM I had, one set at the time when I bought them was like $84.99. 2 sets equaling up to around almost $170. Now, the same sets of DDR4, 8 gigs, 32 megahertz of RAM, now $120 each now. You can kind of see where this is going now. Why these bitches going up in price? I don't fucking know. I guess RGB lights would do that to a nigga.
Hold up, wait.
Oh, he's got the LGBT lights.
It's RGB, mother.
But trust me, it can get a lot worse, because around the time I started noticing the up in price and going on with RAM, I've been seeing this post going around of these really expensive set of RAM from Best Buy for almost $1,000. Yeah, they were not lying. God fucking damn. I very much underestimated like how bad RAM prices were getting, because around the time I was getting my parts, I heard about the RAM going up in price, and I had to bite the bullet and grab the RAM I was looking for right then and there, which was a brand I wasn't familiar with, but it was good enough specs for the affordable price at The good old $304, which, by the way, it now costs $359.99 on Amazon now. I'm sorry, but I'll take what I can get, okay? Shit's bad. We are in a complete and utter RAMageddon right now. And fuck, I wish I came up with that term. Shit, that shit's clever. RAM prices are getting so bad. I just saw a video not too long ago where someone was refurbishing someone's PC, which was apparently at $6,000. Wait, why $6,000?
And then to really set this build over the top, we have 192 gigabytes of DDR5. And if you're curious how much it costs for this kit, well, it's about $600.
Or at least that was the price back in July.
But now you'd be paying about $2,200
For the exact same kit.
I just want to talk to him.
Wait, why do you have a shotgun?
I just want to talk to him.
Dad, this is ridiculous.
I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. I just want to shoot him. I just want to talk to him.
Yeah, you could argue that no one needs that many gigs for a PC when it comes to RAM, but hey, I mean, the initial price was $600, and that at least in a sense was reasonable. But now them bitches cost more than the average amount people buy for a gaming rig altogether, while $600 is most likely the average for most DDR5 RAM currently anyway. So now you're probably asking, why is RAM prices rising right now? Let's just be honest. You probably already know the answer to this question if you're even remotely online at all this past couple months. And say it with me now. Artificial intelligence. Good old fucking-I. The age of AI really put a damper for the consumer base. Like, gone are the days of people using AI as a basis to increase our workflow and help us cheat on our writing our college essay paper. But now it's discovered that in terms of improving AI processing and software production, RAM is apparently pretty essential for that. So you know what that means. Huge overcorrection in AI use. Companies proceed to buy all the memory chips, causing RAM shortages and skyrocketed prices. Devices forced to downgrade in RAM size, and look at the amount of AI slop now. GPUs are already overpriced. People have no idea how much worse it's going to get. Just wait. Oh, don't worry. I remember how bad it was. Why does all AI slop look the same? Same shots, same angles, same pacing, just the car moving down the street, which is the simplest thing you can peg as AI instantly. If AI can do anything, why does it only do the same thing? Oh man, if only someone could have predicted this. OpenAI buys out 40% of global DRAM wafers. They can't even use it because it's not processed. It's only so no one else can use it. They buy it with money they don't even have. OpenAI is also an unprofitable business.
Hello, I like money.
Back to 8 gigs of RAM laptops. For 2026, major laptop manufacturers will have base models start at 8 gigs of RAM. Meanwhile, higher end models will focus on having 16 gigs, with 32 gig RAM models be more limited due to lack of memory availability. I can't stop making these AI frappuccinos. They're so cute. Making an AI in the same sentence. Or you could just read, nigga, read! Is this why my RAM is worth more than my house? Due to RAM prices touching sky, even God reduced render distance to minimum. Here, have a pipe bomb. As someone who works in a cafe, I can confirm that none of this exists when you make an actual frappuccino. And if you expect this slop to be real, I hope you're ready for the dildo of consequences to arrive unlubed, because baristas will make fraps the real way.
If you're lost, how about you start by finding some bitches? When's the last time you took a shower with your dirty helmet wearing ass, with your weird ass cargo shorts your mama gave you?
I feel my brain cells committing suicide one by one. Can you seek therapy? I'm all out of reaction images. Having 32 gigs of RAM in my PC before the say AI price hikes feels like investing in Bitcoin back in 2009. You're the reason why Half-Life 3 is delayed.
Hey, your RAM isn't getting cheaper. Micron is building a new plant in New York to keep up with exploding demand for AI RAM chips. However, the plant will cost $100 billion to build, and it won't be fully complete until 2041. What?
I guess they've just automated what movie industry was doing for the last 15 years or so, releasing nonsense like Batman vs. Harry Potter 5, Return of the Deathpool. 2 months ago, I was getting ready to upgrade my PC. I saw 32 gigs of RAM on Amazon for 130 euros. I thought, no rush, I can just buy it late. Now the price is 600 euros.
Maintenant, je me flingue. Je me flingue. Vous pouvez filmer, je me flingue. C'est la dernière des limites. Je vous l'ai dit. Je vous l'ai dit.
Once you've been shopping for PC parts, you'll never stop wanting to beat Sam Altman to death with your bare hands. Styrofoam, gel, and don't judge me, but spinach dip. Can I get a bed made out of RAMs and GPUs? No. I have an actual bed, physical bed in my room I can sleep on, made by men! If I ever get my hands on a death note, your name is gonna be top of the first page. Man, I don't care if it's satire, I'm gonna fashion you into a lampshade or a drum set. You dog never come to in Ontario, you will be a campfire story. It's not useless, looks inside, useless. Honestly, as an editor myself, this is just painful. 3 million views and only 517 likes. Pack it up, Quebble Flop. AI fraud thinks he's him. If I was God, I would cut your time on this earth so short that the next time you blinked, the memory of you and everything you ever done would cease to exist.
God damn.
The AI taking over our thing does seem slightly less scary when you realize that the most creative things AI bros can come up with are things like, what if cat did things cats don't normally do, and what if this fictional character met this other fictional character?
Okay, now do Rick and Morty in SpongeBob.
Morty, we're in SpongeBob.
This was just my favorite one because it's just so short and simple. Just fuck you. New lows have been reached in the RAM shortage drama. A burglar broke into a factory's design department and only stole 4 sticks of Macron DDR5 32 gigs of RAM. An acquaintance of mine runs a factory and a thief broke into the design office. However, there were no signs of theft in the desk drawers in the office, and the tempered glass next to the 2 design computers were shattered. Yes, the thief broke the tempered glass panel on the side of the computer and ran off with only the memory. The damaged items are a total of 4 Macron CL46 5600Hz 32 gigs. You want to know the very ironic thing about this story is the fact this screenshot right here, the guy literally said that the image was made by AI to illustrate the story. The irony, am I right? Also to add, since I mainly kind of glossed over this, but to further highlight this notion, more companies like Macron are apparently shitting themselves and proceeding to exit the consumer market regarding their RAM, and mainly focusing on RAM with AI chips now.
But wait, there's more.
Also, not only that, Corsair is following suit by also pulling a Macron and doing the same fucking thing, which, that's right, you guessed it, shitting themselves.
Corsair, what the fuck are you people doing?
Listen, I'm fine with the general idea of AI. I can see the good in it, but this is just bullshit. The fuck you mean it's sold out? And to make matters worse, it's affecting hard drives now. Well, at least specifically SSDs. They're completely fucked. Like, if you want to get a 4 terabyte Samsung M.2 SSD, it would be over $400. Now, for a regular hard drive, what's the equivalent I can get instead? 20 terabytes. What about the same price? Like, fuck, you could just get a 4 terabyte of storage for almost a portion of that price. Like, god damn, like, what the fuck's happening? Shit is just really bad now. Like here's the thing. I remember a time when it was mainly the GPUs. This was around the time I was like slowly like already building my PC. I think I already got the parts I needed at the time, but I just needed like an upgrade to a couple things. That was when I was getting the CPU and I needed an upgrade to my GPU. Long story short, the last one I had was kind of shat on me a little bit. But at the same time, like, yeah, I remember when GPUs got hit because of all that crypto bullshit. And now I'm getting a lot of deja vu, but hey, you know what? At least it's mainly just those two. At least it's basically RAM and hard drives, like in comparison to how things were with the crypto stuff with the GPU. So at least it isn't hitting us in the video card for God fucking damn. For fuck's sake!
同じ言葉で彼女くどい